We are live.
All right. Welcome back to some jiu-jitsu class, guys. We're doing some solo training today. So let's get moving into it. We're going to get warmed up first. Today we're going to repeat some of our drills from last week, so go over some of our guard retention practice, and then add that in with some of your guard passive movements and the rest of the movements that we've been doing in the past. So let's get warmed up. Up onto your feet, guys. We'll start off with your star joints first. Standard warm-up to get moving. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. And squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push your position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Line your backs, guys. Let's go for our cross strokes. Close the legs like we're in the close guard. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Hands on the floor for our triangle chokes. Hips up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Feet on the mat for our bridges. Lift the hips up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And hip escapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll finish off with some of our neck exercises, guys. So we'll take heads off the ground. We'll go chin to chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep the heads lifted off the floor, looking left and right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And ears to shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice work, guys. Second, we'll stand up from there. Now, first thing we're going to do from here, guys, is we're just going to come down into more of a squat position. So get a nice wide base with your legs, sort of hip width apart. Toes are going to be engaging up, pointing up towards the ceiling. We're just going to bend at the hip, hook underneath your toes from here, and we're going to sit down into a squat position. So you can release your toes, come palm to palm, just getting loosened up and moving from here. Just open up the chest, trying to get as tall as we can. And then from here, we're just going to straighten back out. So hook under the toes, straighten the legs. We're going to place the hands onto the knees just for a bend from here. So you're getting straight back. Ooh. Rotate through the shoulders a little bit, and we'll bring ourselves back down again. So forward fold, so gripping onto the back of your calf or onto the floor from here. You're taking your head back down towards your knees. Take a generous bend of the knees if you need to from this position. The more flexible among us can start to straighten out the legs, and we'll drop back down again. So into position, take a seat, elbows on the inside of the thighs. For a little bit more flexible, we can go knuckles to knuckles. So we're in a fist position here. Then you can open up from there, going from palm to palm to your knuckles, just getting those hips waking up this afternoon. Same again, hook back under the toes, straighten the legs out, your nose towards the knees. And again, place the hands onto the shins, Straighten up from here. We're looking down towards the floor. I like to just extend through the shoulders, just to warm up from there. And one last time, bending down into our squat position. From here, we're just going to place your thumbs nice and close to your ears. So we're coming up. Nice tall stand up. Exactly. Good job. Okay, one last time. Bend down. Come into position. So we're hooking onto the toes. Take a seat. Now we're going to walk the hands forward again. Walk them out into a push-up position. We're going to hit your push-up from here. So bend down and back up. Lean the weight back. So we're bending the knees. Weight engaged into the toes from here. Hold the position. So your head's locked in. And then we're going to jump the feet up towards the hands. Good. Back up and then walk it back. We're going to go for these 4 more times on your jumps. So from position, fold at the hips, walk the hands out. Come into a nice plank, push-up position from here. Drop back down, bend the legs, sinking the weight back into the toes, and jump the feet towards the hands. So now we should be waking up the back, awakening the spine a little bit, as well as your hamstrings in these forward folds, shoulders on the push-ups, and hips on the jump. 2 more from there. Nice. And last one, guys. Good. Now, if we come onto your hands and knees next, guys, we're just going to warm up our wrists a little bit for some of our exercises today. So if we were doing it for a lot of guard passing, we want to make sure the wrists are nice and warm. So we'll lock hands together first. We'll just start circling the wrists for a position here. As you're circling, if you want to circle through the neck at the same time, then you can. We'll just circle the neck. Good. We'll place hands on the floor. We'll start off with some cat-cow positions here. So sink the stomach down toward the floor, looking forward, and then arch the back, bring the chin towards your chest. Again, just warm up the back a little bit before we start any movement in today's practice. Okay, come back to a normal position now, guys. We're going to bring the fingertips back towards you. So, I don't know whether you can see too clearly here, but I'm going fingertips facing my knees, weights into my second hand. We're just going to draw a circle across the wrist here. So we're circling around that. Again, as you start to lean back, we start to feel some pressure through that wrist. So just drawing nice big circles with the shoulder. Get a nice angle. Rotate the other way. Lean in, come back, and push forward. Good. Same on the other side. Let our hand come back out. Switch the fingertips back towards the knees. Big circles with the shoulder. Good. And change direction. Nice, good work, guys. Okay, come through towards the seated position. Now, we're just going to get our hips warmed up with sort of a 90-90 stretch from here. So the hands behind you. We're just going to open the knees out towards the side. When you open your knees into this position, we're just going to bridge up. So engage the hip, sit back down. Keep the feet engaged with the floor as we change sides. And as we change, bridge up again. We're looking for 8 of these. So switch side to side. Palms of the feet into the floor, soles of the feet, should I say, and bridging up into position. Nice. Good. Okay, let's come back to a butterfly position from here, guys. So feet together into our butterfly guard. Now, we went over some of our sort of turtle guard retention last week. So we're just going to practice that again, just real quick, just to start off the idea of the movement, get used to some inversions as well. So the first practice is we'll practice sitting back towards the hip. So there's two different things when you get to a turtle position. So if somebody is to pass my guard and I turn into the turtle where I'm on my hands and knees, if my partner's on my left side of my body, I can either roll over my near side shoulders, my left side shoulder, or sit to my right hip, the far hip. So I can sit to guard into position from here, which is going to be the first practice. So we start off in your butterfly guard, we lie back, my guard gets passed, so I turn towards the turtle position. Once I get to here, we sit down to that hip, and then we should lounge back, feet together, back into the butterfly guard again. So then we lie down onto your back, turn to the turtle, and sit to the hip. So we have that full rotation. So as soon as we're turning, lie back, turn, and sit, bringing the weight towards the hips. Come into guard, turn away, sit to the hip. Yeah, 2 more reps there. Playing guard, turn into turtle, sitting back down. Again, weight's transferring through the hip. Good. Nice. And next one is going to be the full inversion. So now we're starting to sink some weight through our shoulders. So as we sit to guard, we turn towards the turtle position from here, and then roll back over my shoulder to get to position. Now with the roll, I want you guys to get used to your feet walking across the mat as opposed to just doing a forward roll forward. You see? The roll wants to be outwards, where I'm bringing my hips towards the ground rather than in a straight line. So the roll should land and my back hits the floor to come back towards my guard from there. Okay, then again, we're landing straight back into this open guard position, so my knees are towards my chest. I turn towards the turtle. Back to guard again. All I'm doing is taking my arm between my legs and rolling back to guard. So turn, arm shoots through, lift, and turn the face the other way. And if you notice with these guard recovery drills, you should always be able to use your bottom foot to be able to lift your hips. So, nice work, Sarah. Good. Nice inversions. Good. So, we see here, guys, when I'm turning towards the side, it's that side of the foot that I can press off to create the inversion. So, if I'm on my back from here and I'm turning away towards my right side, it's my right, the ball of my foot on my right foot that I can press off to be able to start the inversion. So I turn, push, and then roll back to guard. So a lot of times I don't want to go to the turtle in order to stay, because a lot of times that's when my partner will be able to attack me and start trying to put the hooks inside. We want to spend as little time in the turtle position as possible. So if you notice, as I am turning towards my knees, I'm not even putting weight onto the second leg. So I don't want to turn away and land here. You see? When I'm turning away, I'm turning and immediately lifting. You see? My hip would be pushing back in towards my partner. I'm driving off of the ball of the foot of that initial leg and then rolling straight back to guard. So somebody's passing around to my right, I turn to my left, I get to here, you see my legs up off the ground. I can step off the floor, but just don't go to here. So then I can roll back to guard. Pass the passes, turn, whoa, and I'm back to guard fairly quickly from that recovery. Okay, guys? So let's go for another 8 reps of those, 4 on each side. And again, really try to focus on not putting that far knee towards the floor. Okay, guys? Good. And time. Okay, guys, let's start our first speed drill. Now that we've sort of got our hips loosened up a little bit, we're going to get into moving into some rounds. So we've got 30 seconds on the clock. We've got 20-second rest in between. So the first movement is just going to be our hip openers. So I'm going to start in my butterfly guard from here. As I lie back, I'm bringing my knees towards my chest, tucking my feet in, and driving forward into your, over your hips to then reset the side. So knees to chest, tuck the foot in, come up, and again, my weight here, my heel should be glued towards my butt. That way I'm not giving any space for a Delahiva hook. I'd only be sat in combat base with my leg out wide for my partner to start hooking around the leg. So we're closing the weight, driving over the toes to lift the heel, and then resitting and coming back towards the other side again. Okay, so that's going to be the first movement. Number 2 is going to be our triangle choke. So we're going to lift them up nice and high. And again, we're really working on that shoulder stand. So place the hands onto the floor, lift the hips up, and close the triangle on the way down. Number 3, we're going to get into our backwards roll and shoot. So from here, I'm just going to complete the full backwards roll. Step onto the floor, drive forward, into position, sit down, roll, shoot, sit, move into position. Number 4 is going to be some fast triangles. So now instead of lifting the hips up, we're going to move the hips to the side. So I switch and close. And then our final movement, we'll practice doing some of our turns over the shoulder. So we'll start off onto our knees, and we're going to roll through over the shoulder to land back onto our knees again. Once I'm onto my knees, I go again over the other shoulder. Shoulder comes through. Let's walk onto the knees again. Okay, guys, so we've got 5 different exercises to go through. First one that we're starting with is our hip openers. So we're going to roll with the knees towards the chest and then drive up to start to warm up those hips. Okay, guys? Let's get set. 30 seconds on the clock and go. Good. Halfway through. Time. All right, relax there, guys. Moving into our triangle chokes next. Let's get a little bit of a core workout going. So we've got hands on the ground, and we're working for that shoulder stand. Into position. Okay. Go. Last 5 seconds. Time. Nice work there, guys. Next one is going to be our backwards roll into our shots. So we're rolling over the shoulder, landing into combat base, and driving over that knee, starting to finish sort of that double leg position. Again, this one, a bit more of a flow. Just take your time with it. Go. Backwards roll, legs up, shoot, sit position. If we feel any pain through the knee, place the hand on the ground, support your knee, and roll. Time. Okay, moving into our triangle chokes next, guys. So we're switching our hips from side to side. Again, we're working on a bit more speed in this one. So we're going to get your hips going nice and quickly between the sides. Go! Keep a good pace. Halfway. Time. Nice work, guys. Okay. Last exercise for this round is going to be our rolls over the shoulders. So you start off in the kneeling position. My hand reaches through the legs. And I land back onto my knees again. Go! Again, take your time with these ones, guys. We're working on developing the skill over the speed. Time. Nice work, guys. Let's repeat that once more. So we go one more time through. So back to our hip openers. So in the butterfly position, we come up, straight into combat base. Ready? 1, go! Last 5. Time. Triangle chokes next, guys. Again, these are your shoulder stand triangles. So again, those hips up nice and high. Catch the breath, guys, and go. Again, keep a good pace with these. Close those triangles up. Into your last 5. Time. Okay, we're going into our backwards rolls to shoot this time, guys. So back into a seated position again, ready for us to start our backwards roll. Then we're coming straight into combat base to go straight into our shot. Go! Back into a seated position. We're going for our fast triangle chokes now, so switching your hips from side to side. 10 seconds rest now. Ready, go! Good, 10 seconds left. Last 5. Time. Good work, guys. Okay, final round. We're going into our skill acquisition phase, working on our inversions. So into a kneeling position, hand goes between the legs, feet circle around back to the knees. Go! One more. Time. Okay, take a water break there, guys. Relax a second, catch your breath, and then we'll move on to our next round. Okay, so let's move into some of our wrestling rounds now, guys. So with some of our wrestling positions, we're going to start off first of all with some footwork. So we'll get the legs warmed up a little bit, go through some footwork drills, and then we'll finish off again with some speed rounds. So let me just readjust this. Okay, so the first footwork drill is going to be from a squared stance here. I have my weight, good bend of the legs from this point, so we've got a good stance. Again, a lot of times, believe it or not, a lot of times when you're wrestling, you're going to be in a squared stance as opposed to constantly being in a staggered stance, because I want to be able to move to the outside, to single, and moving from each side, okay? So we're starting off in a square stance from here. We're stepping out into our wide stance, back in to the narrow stance. So we're going to go 10 reps there. Come into our staggered stance, move across the same way. Step, step, step. 4 steps, moving into position from there. Weight onto the front leg, protecting the lead leg from here. The third drill is going to be our down blocks. So as I'm in a good resting stance, I'm going to fingertips to the floor, heel comes back. I'm going to go 10 reps on that as well. Then the last thing we're going to do is just start to work into some sprawls. So we're going to do a short sprawl, hips come back, I step up on the outside of my hands, step up in the middle of my hands, and then I'm into a shot with my weight over that front leg. Shins nice and parallel between the ankle and knee, so we can start to move. So we go sprawl, step, step. From there. Okay, guys? So again, we're going 10 reps, 2 rounds through. We're going to start off with your outside footwork first, okay? So let's get into a wrestling stance. Got a nice square stance from here, and then we're moving backwards and forwards, okay? So from narrow stance to wide stance. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now we're in a stagnant stance from here. We're moving across towards the side. So we take a step out and back. Front hand is protecting the lead leg. Back hand is hand front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Square stance, down blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 reps, short sprawl, step in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice work, guys. Give the legs a shake. Now we're going to go for a second round. This time we're going to bend the legs a little bit more, come into a lower stance. Ready, guys? Square stance again. A little bit lower than before. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stagnant stance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Square stance, down blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sprawl and shoot this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give the legs a shake again, guys. Okay, so let's get into some speed rounds for our wrestling. Our first round is going to be some floor brushes. Again, just to warm up the legs and really work on the stance. So I'm going to be in position from here, a little bit narrower in your standing stance. I take a step forward with the lead leg, level change down, brush, switch stance. Left leg's forward, step, level change. Drill number 2 is going to be our sweep singles. So we start on the side in the standing stance, post the down block, post the back hand, and change sides. If you've got mats, we can penetration step here. So post the hand, drop the knee on the floor, and back up, down block, sweep single. Drill number 3, we're going to go for our sprawl and turn. So as we're in position, we're going to hit short sprawl and then turn towards our side. So again, short sprawl and turn. Drill number 4, we're going to practice our Ujimata. So take a step, and lift the toes. And then number 5 is going to be our sprawls as we move around the room. So we're going to be level changing, sprawling the hips to the floor, back up, moving, sprawl. Okay, guys? Again, 30-second rounds, 20-second rest in between. Okay? Let's get set. First exercise is our floor brushes. Okay, so you want to get those shins parallel with your knee and ankle. Okay, guys? Get ready. And go. Nice. Good rest on stance as you move. Get a good bend in the back leg too. That trail leg should be hovering off the ground. Last 5. Time. Nice work, guys. Next round is your sweep singles. So start off again, break up the pace by down blocking, creating some stance and motion, and then we hit our sweep single. Alexa, shuffle songs by Stick Figure. Ready, guys? Let's go. Into a stance, down block, change sides. Move it again, protect the leg. Last 5. Good. Short scroll and spin this time. This will be where we hit our spin to win. 10 seconds left, guys. Into stance, scroll, time. Ready? 5 seconds left. Time. Round number 4 is our Uchimata. This is your skill acquisition phase, guys. So we take a step with the lead leg, we back step, take our fingers towards the floor. Let's go. Again, this is more derived from judo, so we want a bit of a taller stance now. Okay, last round, guys. It's going to be our scrolls, okay? So create some stance and motion again. Work through all of your defensive postures. Want to be working your down block, your short sprawl, and your full sprawl as you move around your room. Ready? Let's go into stance, down block, short sprawl, full sprawl. Last 10. Time. Good work, guys. Now, let's repeat that through one more time. So back to our floor brushes to begin with, okay? Back to resting stance. And let's go. Good, 10 seconds left. Time. Next exercise, guys, is going to be your sweep singles. So again, add in some stance and motion before we start hitting your shot. Ready? Go. Down block. Shoot. Good. Halfway. Time. Next motion is going to be our short sprawl and spin. So get the hips away, block the initial shoulders, and then change sides, get behind the partner's arms. Ready? Into stance. Go. Short sprawl. Time. Stay nice and low. Time. Moving into our Martin exercise, also known as our whizzer kick or a hang. This is that inner reaping throw. So much taller position, back step and kick. Ready? Go! Good. Last 10 seconds. Let's get 2 more. All right. Last one, guys, our defensive postures. Remember your defense here is head, hands, hips. So you want to make sure the first line of defense is a good stance. So let's get a good bend in the legs. Go. Down block. Short sprawl. Full sprawl. Get the hips back. Five, 3, 2, 1. And relax there, guys. Take a water break, grab yourself a drink. Catch your breath, and then we'll finish off with some of our guard passing drills. Okay, guys? Good training today, everybody. Nice work, guys. Good job, everybody. Okay, so for our last sort of series of exercises, again, we're going to start off with something a little bit easier. We're going to start off just changing side to side in your guard passive position. So now we're dropping down into our toes being engaged and the leg out towards the side. So we're going to switch our hips from side to side and drop the knee on towards the floor. So again, we're just going to go 10 reps here, 3 rounds. So as we switch, come into position, drop the knee, change, and drop. Drill number 2 is going to be dropping the hip. Sitting the hip down, extending this leg out. This is clearing that reverse Delahiva hook. As you pop back up, change sides, clear the hook from here, and hop back up again. And then the last exercise is going to be our matrix. So we pose the hand behind, circle the arm all the way through, straighten out the leg, coming back to position. Leaning towards the other side, pose the hand behind, big circle, dropping into position, and maintaining the balance back into the situation here. Again, my butt is glued towards my heel, closing down that space, chest is nice and tight towards the thigh. Okay, guys? So we go 10 reps on each side, okay? Just once through for these exercises, okay? So let's go onto your toes into position. So leg up, knee raise from here. Okay, guys? We're going to switch our weight across towards the other leg. So lift the hip, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're dropping the hip to the mat. So switch across, drop the hip, straighten out the inside leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Butt back up now, guys. We're going for our matrix. So we're posting the hand behind, circling, and up. 1. Switch sides. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. Good. Relax there, guys. Okay, so we're going to get into some of our speed rounds now, just to finish off today's class. We're going to start off again, working with a little bit of stance and motion in terms of passing the open guard. So, first exercise is going to be coming into the Torianda, and the second exercise is going to be coming into the knee slice. So, we're going to start off just moving the hips. So I've got parallel legs again. I place my hands towards the floor. And again, if I was passing guard, the hand would be on the hip and on the knee. But for here, we go hands to the floor, pendulum step around, come back to the front, take the hands off. So we sink the weight back in towards the thighs and back. Drill number 2 is going to be coming into our knee slice. So as you're in position, step, step, come into position here, hands off the floor, hands back onto the floor, moving back. Okay. Position number 3 is going to be our lunge step. So we're going to have one leg in. This will be inside the single leg X. I move the foot from the hip. So I lean into that front leg. I move the foot, post my hand onto the floor, and back step my leg all the way over towards my hips. Drop, and then practice the other side. Give the leg, so I'm in the single leg X, clear the foot from the hip, bend that knee, post the hand, and then as we're dropping, big back step. Sit, make sure the weight lands onto the toes, sit your hips onto the floor, and then back up. Okay? Final movements, it's going to be knee slice, and then knee slice to top spin. So, knee on the ground, post the hands, knee slice, and then just change side to side. And then final exercise will be that top spin. Knee slice, step over the head, elbow down, back step off. Okay, guys? So let's get set with our first exercise, which is going to be our Toriandos. So we get to a nice square stance, hands on the floor, feet moving side to side. All right, guys? Last round for today. Let's get ready. Get into a good stance. And 3, 2, 1, go. Time is running. Good. Good bend the legs, hands hit the floor. Pendulum step back. Good. 10 seconds left. Time. Okay, into our knee slice in the next round. Okay, guys? So the same thing again. Hands hit the floor. Come into knee slice position. Hands off the mat. And then return back into position again. Ready? 5 seconds left, guys. Get into a good stance. 2, 1, go. Good. 10 seconds gone. Halfway. Last 5. We're going for our big back step this time. So nice long step out of the single leg X. So we're standing up nice and tall, giving that lead leg, back stepping on. Lead the weight into the front leg, clear the foot from the hip, back step. Let's go. Ten seconds left. One more. Time. Okay. Finishing off for the last 2 rounds. We're hitting our knee slices now. So one knee on the floor, one leg up. We're going to underhook and knee slice across. Ready? Go. Underhook, lift the knee, slice. Shade into side control, back up. Last 10. Keep up a good pace, guys. Last 5. Time. Okay. It all comes down to this last exercise. Knee slice and top spin, okay, guys? One of the most important exercises we can do. Okay, ready? Leg up, underhook and go. Go. Ten seconds gone. Slice, step, spin. Top spins on the forearms, knee slice on the hands. One more. Good job, everybody. Good work today. Whew. All right. Well done, guys. That one was some good effort from everybody. We got in some good speed rounds. So we did 5 total rounds, 2 of our guard work, 2 of our wrestling, and then finished off with 1 from our guard passing. So good work today, guys. Everybody did a great job. Thank you all for joining me and training hard. Keep that up, guys. You keep me motivated, I keep you motivated, and we're doing some jiu-jitsu together. So good work, guys. Alex, do we have anything to say?
Yeah, we've got a few things to announce. The Team UCL Challenge is starting tomorrow. So if you're interested in that, we've got an Instagram post. You can join our Strava group. All the distances that you run will count towards points that will help the club win. To help, Sarah and I will be doing 22K walks every Wednesday to get 40 points for the team. So participate. There are financial prizes for the teams that win. in terms of funding. So it'd be great to support us. They're pretty good as well. They're about £100 to £250, so they're really good. So if you could help us secure more funding, we can fund more projects, do more things, and also it'll be fun to get all the exercise in. We've also got a pub quiz social next Saturday, 5 p.m., which should be a lot of fun. It's a mix of general knowledge questions. We've got some MMA questions in there. We've got some questions about the sport of BJJ. We've got some questions about BJJ competitions. Lots of really good stuff in there. And there are also prizes for the first and second place in the quiz. So be sure to be there. It's bring your own booze, obviously, and it should be a lot of fun. Thank you, everyone, for coming to class, and hope to see you this weekend at Partner Class, where we look at more leg lock dark arts.